Hey there, true believers. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about my new setup. I moved all my art supplies and all the stuff related to making videos. I moved it into the bedroom, and I got to say I'm a lot happier with it. I didn't really want to do it at first because I thought it would feel secluded from the rest of the apartment. I mean, it's kind of weird if I have an apartment and I spend most of my time in the bedroom, so that just felt weird to me. But I do like the way the living room looks now. It's a lot less crowded. It just feels like a living room. It's comfortable going there at the end of the day after I've worked on a couple of different commissions and stuff like that. So it feels good. Overall, I really do like it, and it doesn't feel as secluded as I thought it would. So I'm going to keep it like this, and I figured if I'm going to keep it like this, then I'm going to go ahead and make a video about it. So without further ado, I'll show you what I got going on. Alright guys, so this is what I've got going on here. You can see that my desk here is, it's a bunch of different pieces put together. I usually have only used these two pieces right here, but it was pretty recently that it wasn't recently, it was when I got moved into the apartment, that my grandma's friend gave me this, and it was like a cart that you could, it was like, it had a cutting board that came out of it. You could hold knives on the side, and there was little handles right here. Now I was actually able to completely remove the one handle on the other side, but this one is built into the framing, so I actually had to cut it off, and I didn't have the correct tools at the time to make it as smooth as it should be, but this would be able to go over just a little bit more if that was sanded down, so I'm going to get to that eventually. But the height, it makes it a little bit off, but it is what it is. I like it for now, and we got some extra stuff down there to be able to put stuff in, which I was doing when it was in the living room. And I also had a black sheet over this. This is the actual table that I used to make some of my first couple of reviews in the apartment. Then I switched over to the desk, and that's what I've been doing so far. But if you guys remember, I'll show you in the living room. The desk was actually in two different spots. But in here, it's set up like this, and I have this little bookend on the side, which right now it's just holding a PS4. There's not really anything in there, but this setup right here is for looking at reference. I can show you a couple of things that I've got going on right now. If you've seen some of the videos, you know I've always got hundreds of tabs open, but this is for a Captain America painting that I'm working on. Taco Bell logo was for a commission for a buddy of mine, Taco Bell shoes. And then I'm also working on a Sonic painting for a friend. And then, of course, we got Michael Myers masks going on. So that's what that's for, and I usually keep just the video on. That way it actually keeps the computer on because I don't have to touch it for long periods of time. And then I usually watch actual TV over here. Got the Hero from, it says Nickelback, but it's not actually from Nickelback. It just has Chad Kroeger and Josie Scott in it. But the rest of the stuff over here, we got the airbrush, which I did fix, which I'm very, very happy about. So I'm able to use that for the 78 masks. Now, I don't really use it for that because I don't find it necessary, but for the 70 masks and like Halloween 2, it definitely is. Here's a Spider-Man accessory. So, that's great. Anyway, we got like little paints of tubes in here. The warmer colors, your fall colors, your cooler colors right over here. And then like some sewing related stuff, nail filers, X-Acto blades, sharpener. And then these are these are not what you think they are. These are actually for like cuts and stuff on your fingers. And then over in here is just pictures and stuff, and then random different things like hot glue sticks and stuff. A lighter, which I do use pretty frequently when it comes to singeing stuff. Bigger bottles of paint. We got, all this kind of stuff in here. More nail filers, pens, pencils, scissors, my paint brushes. And then everything over here is all for what I use for my painting. It's just regular acrylic. I even use it for the masks. And like I've said in other videos, it hasn't done me wrong yet. The only mask that I've ever had to crack was the mask that I said in other videos was the one that didn't have any factory paint. So yes, I don't use any latex in my paint, and it hasn't served me wrong yet, and I haven't had no complaints from anybody who's bought a mask. So it's working out pretty well so far. I mean, I will go ahead and maybe get Nightshades paint from Justin Mabry eventually, but for right now, I'm pretty happy with what I got, and I don't find the need to mix latex into it unless it doesn't have a base coat. But you can see we got some paints, Dremel bits, clay. These are the shoe paints. You got different types of adhesives here, a sealer for the canvases. This is actually, it's not very good, but it's hair gel for like the Michael Myers masks, latex, paint thinners, distilled water, which I use for the airbrush, and then Plasti Dip and sponges, all kinds of different stuff. And then actually, in order to get this to work, I had to unscrew the pin and then turn this all the way around, so it's not actually in there super secure. And then you can see that I've wedged it in the shelf, but it makes this a whole lot more useful, getting it a little bit higher up in the air. And then eventually I'm going to put some figures up here, because I do have a box of it over here to the side. And then also, if you guys watch my mask tutorial videos, and you know that I like painting standing up, and having just the torso here on this table is about the height that I like it, so that's what I'm doing for right now. That way I don't have that giant ass mannequin sitting in the room, and I didn't really like that in the living room either. And then there's my palette. Got different types of lighting. I also use this lighting. I usually keep that on, and then we got a side light over there. So yeah, that's the art setup right now, but I'll go ahead and show you guys what it looks like in the living room now. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how it looks now. Very comfortable with it. Got a little garbage can under there. You always need some garbage cans. But yeah, so it looks pretty good right now. I'm very happy with it. And you can see that I'm no stranger to mixing paints and stuff on the desk. I probably should use it on that one because this is a real wood desk, a real wood table, but my airbrush has exploded on it and all different types of things, so I figured what the hell. Alright, anyway guys, I'll show you what it looks like in the other room in just a second. Alright guys, so I'm actually going to have to turn this down real quick. Not trying to get no copyright strikes. I actually have two of my videos, the two of my recent videos from DC Fandom, those actually had copyright restricted. So if I ever get big enough to make money, those two videos aren't going to make it. But that's completely fine. So the desk was over here originally, and that big wooden shelf was right here. And it actually fit here perfectly because it sat on that lip, and it was just underneath this lip right here. Now, in the bedroom, this is a little bit higher, so it doesn't fit as snug. Well, I mean, it still works, but it doesn't look like it was made for the wall. When it sat over here, it looked like it was made for this wall. It looked really good, but I didn't like it because it was very crowded looking. And then I had that little table over here, which is where I was shooting some of those videos for the figures. And then if you watch one of my last vlog video before I stopped doing it, I moved the desk over here. So then I had to use my easel as the backdrop for like the figure reviews and stuff. So I wasn't really happy with having all of that sitting here because these were still in here, you know. So I moved that into the bedroom. Very happy with it now. It's a little bit empty right there. Hopefully we can get something going on over there. But overall, very happy with how it looks so far. And I need to get a real entertainment stand instead of using just a bookshelf. And then we got that, which is where the movies are at. And I prefer the living room to have lower lighting like this, because before it had a lot of lights in here. There's almost 8 lights coming into the living room because of the kitchen, the overhead, that overhead. There was a lot of different lights in here just to try to focus on work, and I didn't like how bright it was in here. So, hey guys, that's pretty much it. Over here, I need to get another frame that's about that size. Well, it is that size for my Batman Begins poster. And then this stuff is going to be brought over because this is the center of the TV. So I want that underneath the center. And also I want those a little bit further away from the bookshelf because I brought that over just a little bit. But yeah, and some of you guys have asked about how does Mikey look right now. And I haven't finished doing his hair, but I did start doing it again. And I feel like it looks a lot better. He still needs a bit of a haircut, but just the way that I'm doing it this time around, I'm much more happy with it. So he still needs his finishing touches and some touch-ups to the paint because it gets messed up as I'm putting the hair on. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and of course, hit the notification bell. And until next time, true believers.